Hi guys, welcome back to Psychology in a Snap. This will be our last session. We have touched on Solomon's Ash famous study, but to truly understand the results, we have to look at the experimental setup. Imagine this. You are a participant sitting at a table with 7 to 9 other people. You think that they are participants just like you, but they are actually Confederates, actors working for Ash. You are seated at the very end of the line, so you have to hear everyone else answer before it's your turn. Ash shows the group two cards. One has a standard line and the other has three comparison lines. The test was very simple. Which of the three lines matches the standard line? So on the first two rounds, everyone agrees it's easy. But on the third trial, something happens. Every single person before you gives the same clearly incorrect answer. Do you trust your eyes or do you trust the group? The data Ash gathered was stunning. Across all the trials, 32% of the responses given by the participants confirmed to the clearly incorrect majority. Compare that to a control group where people wrote their answers down in private. In that case, the error rate was just 7.4%. That massive gap is a smoking gun for normative social influence, that raw pressure to simply fit in. Ash didn't stop there. He wanted to know, does the size of the crowd matter? By using social impact theory SIT, he varied the number of Confederates, and here is what he found. With just one actor, conformity was 3%, but with two, it jumped to 13%, and with three, it peaked at 32%. After that, it leveled off. This is called diminishing returns. Whether there were 4 actors or 15, the pressure didn't really increase. It turns out 3 is the magic number for a majority to have a maximum impact. But what if you aren't alone? Ash introduced a partner, a confederate who broke the unanimity of the group by giving the correct answer. The result was dramatic. Conformity plummeted from 32% to just 5.5%. Interestingly, the ally didn't even have to be right. Even if the ally gave a different wrong answer, conformity still dropped significantly. This tells us that something profound. The key to resisting pressure isn't necessarily having someone agreeing with you. It is simply breaking the perceived strength of a unanimous group. In 1956, Ash made the line test much more harder to distinguish. As the text became more ambiguous, conformity increased. When we lose confidence in our own perception, we shift from wanting to be liked to wanting to be right. This is where informational social influence takes over. We internalize the group's view because we think that they are more credible than we are. Now, as scientists, we have to look at the strengths and weaknesses of the work. The strengths are that the study has high internal validity. It was so controlled that we know for a fact that the majority was the cause of the behavior. It was also easy to replicate. The weaknesses are that it lacks ecological validity. Judging lines in a lab is trivial. It doesn't have the real-world stakes of, say, a boardroom meeting. It also lacks population validity, as the original study only studies American males, students in 1950s. We can't say for sure that it applies to everyone and everywhere. So, what have we learned from this series? The mystery of the crowd isn't so mysterious after all. Our behavior is a constant push and pull magnet between two fundamental human needs, the need to be right and the need to be liked. These forces shapes our world, appearing as a surface level compliance, group-based identification, or deep internalization. Being aware of these unseen forces doesn't mean we can always escape them. but it does mean that it maps us to navigate the complex social dynamics of our lives. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive into the psychology of conformity. I'll see you on the next snap.